So congratulations, you're expecting. So the good news is that if you want to continue your yoga practice and you have a practice while you're carrying a passenger, you totally can. You can practice right up until the end. The other good news is if you don't have a yoga practice already, this is an awesome time to start. So I'm going to give you some tips today, whether you have a practice already or whether you're just beginning your yoga practice, that will allow you to actually get more out of your practice and keep you and your baby safe. So the first tip that I have is take a wider stance. So you want to make sure that you stand in any standing postures with your feet hip distance apart. This is going to allow you to have more space. And as you get further along in your pregnancy, your back might feel a little bit more stiff. So having a wider stance will really help support that. So take a wider stance in any of your standing postures. The second tip I have is twists. I am cautious with twists. I would recommend in the first 3 months just avoid them altogether. There's a lot of increased risk for miscarriage in the first trimester, and so you really want to make sure that you're taking care of your baby first. Some yoga teachers will say twists are fine, but for me, I would just avoid them. Then once you get into the second and third trimester, it becomes not really an option because the baby starts to get bigger and in the way. So if you do want to continue to twist, I would say just be very, very gentle. Keep your heart lifted and open, and you can place a hand down and just take a slight rotation. And that will probably be all that you need to get the benefits of the twist anyway. The third tip that I have is to stay off your belly as much as possible after the first trimester. So first trimester, if you want to still engage in cobra poses or upward facing dogs, it's totally fine. Just be mindful to listen to your body. But for the most part, after the first trimester, you're going to want to stay off your belly altogether. It's just it's going to be uncomfortable, and it's just going to keep you safe. My fourth tip is with regards to back bends. So for some of you, back bends are going to feel amazing, and for others, they're not going to feel good at all. So your first step is just to feel it out in your body and notice and become more aware of how it feels to do back bends. If it doesn't feel good, don't do them. I would caution, again, in the first trimester, pull back on your back bending practice just to keep things safe. A lot of stuff is going on in your abdomen, so really just pull back and take care. Be very cautious. Once you get into second and third trimester, if you want to return to a more fully expressed back bend practice, it's fine as long as you be mindful that your body is changing every day. So really, it's a process of listening to your body and knowing what feels good and what doesn't feel good. As the belly gets bigger, you're going to want to avoid the back bends that are on the belly, such as cobra. Upward facing dog is nice. I like to put my pelvis down though and straighten my arms, and this is going to feel really nice for opening the hips and even releasing the low back. My tip with regards to inversions, I get a lot of questions about inversions. Again, first trimester, just no go. I would really recommend in the first trimester playing it really cautious. You're not going to feel very good sometimes anyway. Once you get into second and third trimester, if you already have an inversion practice, so that is anything with regards to headstand or shoulder stand, so you can take more precautions with your inversion practice than you normally do. You can take it up to a wall or have some support behind you. Just being very mindful that when something doesn't feel good in your body, it's an indication that it's time to stop. Finally, have that Shavasana for sure. But after you're about 16 weeks, you're going to want to take your Shavasana on the side. This is a great opportunity for you to relax. You can use a bolster, just bring it between the legs and relax and spend some time resting and restoring and take that extra time that you need to really settle in, find your breath, and reconnect to your body and your baby.